In the last lesson, we learned how to retrieve and update object attributes. But how do we create an object in the first place? Here's an example. After this assignment is executed, Profile becomes an instance of the Person class. We can make as many instances of Person class as we want. For comparison, here's a dictionary that contains the same information. To create a dictionary, we need to specify both keys and values. But to create a class object, we only need the values and the class name. Person with Grace Davis 42 and female is a function call. Thus, Python will jump to a function, execute the function body, and return the person object. But which function does Python jump to? Python looks for either a function or class named person. If person is a function, then Python calls the function as usual, but if person is a class, then Python calls the init method of the person class. For example, consider the following class. The init method, also called the constructor, has 5 parameters. When the constructor is called, Python automatically creates a new person object and assigns it to the first parameter. This parameter is conventionally named self. The rest of the parameters are passed in from the constructor call. Thus, the init method has 5 parameters, but the constructor call has 4 arguments. Python then starts executing the method body. In line 3, Python updates the given name attribute of the self object to given name. In line 4, Python updates the family name attribute of the self object to family name. In line 5, Python updates the age attribute of the self object to age. Finally, in line 6, Python updates the sex attribute of the self object to sex. We did not include a return statement in the init method because Python automatically returns self. Python is now finished with a constructor call and assigns self to profile. Every Python value has a type. For instance, 4 is an int or an integer, and John is a str or string. Types such as integers, strings, booleans, and lists are built into Python. Classes give us the power to create new types. For instance, consider this statement. What is the type of machine? Machine is a class object, but we can be more specific. Machine is a calculator.